All right, guys, so we are in a full growing mode right now, food growing mode. And we've been in that mode for quite some time now, especially in light of what's going on in the world. We need to be prepared on how to grow our own food. I put this garden up last year and we produced a ton of food by amending the soil and doing it right. And produced a ton of food. This year we produced a ton of food. I'm going to put a video link up here to where we processed over 700 pounds of tomatoes this year to make tomato sauce. And it was amazing. The sauce was amazing. And it was a lot of work, but man, it was well worth it. And with now, whenever I want to have sauce with whatever, you know, this is just plain tomato sauce. So you can make it to put it on your pasta, your rice, whatever recipe you want, you can use that sauce and do whatever you want with it. That's what I love about that. So we got food security there. We had peaches we canned. Not a whole lot. I think we canned 9 or 10 quart jars of peaches. And they're really good. Very, very good. Oh, so sweet, so delicious. So that's what kind of mode we're in right now, is growing our own food. We're going to be building a greenhouse here. We need to learn. I got this figured out pretty good for the spring, summer, and fall. I need to figure out how to grow food in the winter. So we're going to be building a greenhouse here. It's going to be a 20 by 60 greenhouse, and it's called a Quonset. I bought it from growersolutions.com, and I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can also get a 10% discount if you use my code PETEB10 at checkout for any. I'm pretty sure it's anything on their website, but they're greenhouses for sure. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you how to square it up, how to put the ground stakes in, and just build the whole thing. All right, so the first thing we need to do is put in these ground stakes. These are 30 inches long. I think they're 1 5/8 tubing, galvanized tubing. I marked them here, put a black marker right here. So it's 24 inches. They say to have them at least 24 inches in the ground approximately. So they also give you this big old bolt and washer that will go right on the end. So when you do your pounding, you'll do minimal damage to the top here. We want to get them into the ground about that far. I'm putting them, I want this greenhouse parallel to my orchard here, my orchard fencing. And it's 13 feet from my orchard fencing. I have a stake here, so I'm going to put this where the stake is, pound it in there, go down to the other one, same thing, 13 feet off my fence, 60 feet down, pound that one in. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to, it's very simple. We're going to figure out diagonally where the other one's supposed to be. We're going to get this all squared up nice. So we're going to do that next. All right, so we're going to get our stake, pull this one out, put this one there, put our bolt in. Now our ground, I don't know how hard our ground is. We had a light rain yesterday. Not too bad. I'm going to use my gas powered driver and get it down a lot faster. Plus I got many more to do once I get these 4 put in. Okay, also I'm not going to pound this down all the way yet. I'm going to pound them in a little ways, all 4 of them, get them all squared. Pound them in about halfway. What I need to figure out, I want to get this thing level this way, okay? I'm going to let the greenhouse go with the flow, go with the terrain a little bit, because it does slope down a little bit this way. But my main concern is this way right now. Make sure it's nice and level. So I'm going to pound these down about halfway, get a line level in with my line here, and to make sure mark it to where it's level. So I've been trying to start my gas post driver here and it wouldn't start and it just sounded funny. So I went and looked at the exhaust here and I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me zoom in. Looks like a wasp or something made a nest in there and plugged up the exhaust full of mud. Dirt dauber or whatever, some bug. So you guys gotta look out for that. We're gonna put our bolt on here. Finally got that mud out of the exhaust. I don't know if that's going to stay on there, but it's pretty straight now. No, I didn't think so. Okay, I'm going to go about right there and do the rest of them like that, and then we're going to figure out, make them level. Alright, so what I've done here is measured 13 feet to where my stake's going to go, and this line here is 60 feet from the other stake I just pounded in the ground. I can move this one out of here. But what we're going to do, we're going to put this stake right about there. That should do it. 13 feet and 60 feet. Alright, we're going to get it started. Alright guys, so I put my two stakes in the beginning of the corner there. To this corner it's 60 feet from each other, and they're 13 feet from my orchard fence because I want it parallel with my orchard. So now we got these two stakes in 60 feet apart. Now I'm running a measuring tape from that corner to this corner here. And 20 feet from this corner stake there to here. And what we have to do is trig this out. Now, to make things easy, you can download apps. You can just go to your Apple Store or Google Play Store and download trigonometry or a right angle trigonometry app. And it's basically fill in the blanks. It makes it super easy, okay? Nothing to square or anything like that. So you just fill in the blanks. 20 feet wide, 60 feet long, and diagonally we're going to have 63.245. Now on this tape measure here, one side is your standard measuring, in inches. The other side is in decimals. Okay, I think they call it the engineer side of the tape. But anyways, 63.245. If you flip the tape measure over to the other side, it's just under 63 feet and 3 inches, just under 3 inches. So that's what we have to do. We have to make sure that this 20-foot tape here intersects with the 63 feet and 3 inches mark, and I'm going to put my stake right there. Alrighty. Alright, so we're going to go to our other corner here. Those are the two stakes that are parallel with the fence. We're going to go 20 feet here. And from that corner, we're going to go 63 and about 3 inches. And that's where this stake, ground stake, is going to go. We'll take this temporary stake out. And we're going to go 20 feet. Which puts us at about right there. And this has to be 63 and 3 inches. So we got that right. We got the 20 feet. That'll be over up a little bit here. We got 20 feet there. And we got .63 there and 20 feet there. Okay, now we can put this in the ground. Measure it again. We got 20 feet there. Here we got that's good there. Also, to be double sure, I'm going to get the tape measure, go to the other one and measure across. We should have 60 feet now here. Man, right on the money. 60 feet. Alright, so what we're going to do next here is I got a line going all the way around all 4 stakes. Now, I put a line about a 1 inch. They say they want these things approximately 24 inches into the ground. So I marked them right here. Now, an inch above that, I put the string. Okay? And I put that string 1 inch above that 24-inch mark. So what I'm going to do here is I just want it to be all the same on the ground stakes. I put a line level here, and I want the front and the back of the greenhouse to be level this way. I'm going to let the greenhouse go to the slope of the property because it does slope down this way slightly. It's fine. That's fine. It's not much. So like I said, on this one, I'm going to get it down to about where I want it. And then I'm going to start pushing that one down until that line level shows level. Check our line. And it looks like we have just a little more to go. check it again. Alright guys, so the back part of the greenhouse, we're going to do the same thing. I got my line level set up there. I can see my property slopes that way. So this is the higher ground here. I'm going to start on this one. When I get this one to about where I want it, then I'm going to drive that one down too until my level shows that it's level. Alright, so normally I would leave the string all the way around, because in order to put the hoops go every 4 feet. Woo, these babies are hot. They've been sitting in the sun. But anyways, every 4 feet we would put them up against the string here and pound these down. But we're going to lay here some weed fabric. This is the DeWitt Pro 5-ounce weed fabric. It's much thicker. The stuff I use in my garden is 3-ounce. This stuff here is thicker and heavier duty. It's got a longer warranty. I think it's 20 years if I'm not mistaken. They use this stuff in the green nurseries and stuff like that, and in the greenhouses at the nurseries. So what I plan on doing, I got a 6-foot and a 4-foot. I could have got a 3-foot, but this came a package. I got a good deal on it. I'm going to put in the description below the video, I'm going to put a link to where I get all the stuff. Not only the greenhouse, but everything I'm using here, it'll be in the description. This is a 6-foot and a 4-footer. Now the 6-footer we want to put inside the greenhouse going lengthwise, and we're going to overlap it, of course. And around the perimeter, so on this 4-footer, we're going to put half of it out here and half of it inside the coop, and we're going to put the stakes right through it, okay, all the way down. In other words, we're going to have this thing completely weed fabric all around on the inside, and about about roughly 2 feet all around the perimeter on the outside. It's going to have weed fabric, so that should work out really good. So I have to take this line off again. I'll put it back later when we are ready to put in the ground stakes. So we are ready to lay this stuff out. Now I'm going to be using these staples. These here, I'm going to put them in the description. These right here, these are galvanized. These are 6 inches long by 1 inch wide here. Galvanized. They should last a very long time. It's kind of windy today. I'm probably going to get this where I want it. Staple one end down and bring it down to the other end, pull it tight and staple it down. So I got done with the ground cover there. I was going to use 4 strips and overlap them, but I only used 3 strips going down. This strip here, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a hole right in the middle here. And then 60 feet down, I'm going to put another hole, and then we're going to put it right over this pole, and it's going to overlap this. And it's going to be 2 feet here and 2 feet on this side, of course, all the way down and all around the perimeter of the greenhouse. So that should work out. To mark it, I'm using they call it a China marker or a grease pencil, and yellow, and it'll show up really good here. We're going to mark it and mark it down. I'm going to roll this down to the other end, and like I said, we're going to put it over the pole here and go all the way around, and it should look pretty. Alright, so where I marked the weed fabric, we're going to burn a little hole here so the pole or the ground stake can fit through there. It's kind of windy out. It's quick. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, that should do it. Alright, so I just burned this hole for the ground stake to go through. We're going to have 2 feet outside the greenhouse, and of course 2 feet on the inside of the greenhouse. Also, from the outside I want 2 feet also. And about 6 inches more, because when I lay this out I'm going to tuck it underneath and make it look pretty and everything. So we're going to cut it at 2.5 feet. Right about there. Alright, that should do it. Alright, so when we get to the ends here, we're gonna go all the way around this perimeter here. We're gonna have another one going this way, and one going there, and one on the other end. And on the ends, we're just gonna, you know, fold it over like this, make it look pretty. The other one's gonna be 2 feet over here. We're gonna roll this one, fold it under like that, and it'll look nice. Alright, I'm down to my last corner. I'm going to tuck that under. And then here, we're going to tuck this under too. Good boy. That's a little tough. A little thick here in the corner. There we go. We'll straighten that one out. Alright, I just got to put a few more here and there, and that's pretty much it. Well, it's starting to get dark here. It looks very wrinkly right now and loose, but I had the same worry in the orchard where I had in between my garden beds. But once that sun beats down on that and gets nice and hot, it'll start stretching tight. So it looks loose now, but once it warms up and the sun beats on it, it'll all stretch tight. Alright guys, so it is the next day. You can see that sun's been beating down on that weed fabric, and it is nice and tight now. I pulled it tight. It's a little bubbly looking because the grass is underneath it, of course. That'll soon die, and it'll go nice and flat.